Tonight, on the grandest stage of them all, legends will be created and stars will be born. After many months of attacks, will Drew McIntyre finally get the revenge he deserves as he goes savage on Samoa Joe? Will AJ Styles be able to keep his World Heavyweight title as the odds are stacked against him in a triple threat match? As Alexa Bliss enters the squared circle, will the immovable object be able to destroy her as she has done to so many before? When the SmackDown General Manager position is on the line, who will win this dream match between Shawn Michaels and Daniel Bryan? And finally, after many months of anticipation, who will win this guaranteed Wrestlemania Classic as the King of Strong Style defends his title against one of the most dangerous strikers in wrestling today? Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to present to you Wrestlemania.
Welcome everybody to our final pay-per-view of our WWE 2K18 Universe Mode. We are at Wrestlemania. I am, of course, Dominic here on the Bad Wrestling channel. And making his way to the ring. First off, this is for the Hardcore title. Now, I have a few important news things I have to get through in the start of this WrestleMania. That's going to probably bum some people out, but it's fine. Because I think, for me personally, it'll look a lot better as a... Hold on, speaking of looking a lot better. Seth Rollins dressing up for WrestleMania. Okay. Not typically one that panders to the crowd or do anything that makes them look extra cool, but you know, I gotta admit that looks pretty feckin' cool. Spider Rollins, this is what it is. So, fun fact, I actually made this. You heard me, I didn't download this one for once. I actually made this one. And let me just say, I'm feckin' proud of this attire for Seth Rollins. I am super proud, and it makes me happy. Anyways, as I was saying beforehand, this will be the final. You heard me correctly. The final matchup for the Hardcore Championship. Now I know, so sad, because the Hardcore title will be replaced next series. For a number of reasons. First off, I don't feel like a title should always be fought for in a hardcore predicament. I know that can be fun, but like, for me personally, like, I just kind of want to have like a regular title for Monday Night Raw. So, like a regular, you know, like mid-card title. But yeah, so this will be the last ever Hardcore Championship matchup. However, the winner of this match will automatically be that champion. Like, we'll already have the mid-card title going into the next series, ladies and gentlemen, as Seth Rollins is waiting for Chris Jericho, and this looks a little bit, just a tiny bit like the old. Oh, it is. It's the old It's the old style entrance. Chris Jericho coming out as the Hardcore Champion. This could very well be his last WrestleMania, or his last matchup in our series. And by in our series, I mean like in all of our series, not just like this year's series. But anyways, Chris Jericho making his way to the ring. Hardcore title wrapped around his waist. Will he leave here tonight still your Hardcore Champion, moving into the next title, the next mid-card title? Or will Seth Rollins leave here tonight with the title that he has held for pretty much most of this series and was pretty good with that title? Okay, he had things like what did he have? He fought people like John Cena for that Hardcore title, Rob Van Dam. But of course, Chris Jericho, he feels like he definitely deserves to be claimed as the Hardcore Championship. Okay, he won that title just a month ago in the Elimination Chamber. And not only won in the Elimination Chamber, he eliminated everybody, including this man, Seth Rollins. He eliminated actually everybody, which is insane. However, Chris Jericho, Seth Rollins, let's see who will leave here tonight your Hardcore Champion. And now, oh, kicks him in the stomach. Chris Jericho immediately going after Rollins. Rollins gets taken down there. And look at this, Chris Jericho trying to get the easy win. Only a 1 count though, however. Rollins trying to get the easy win immediately going into this. Seth Rollins, look at that, gets out of it. And Chris Jericho, look at this. Oh, Seth... WrestleMania is already amazing. Chris Jericho, I'm gonna say moved out of the way of Seth Rollins. Of Spider Rollins, okay? Jumping around the ring. Kicks him in the stomach, however, no respect. Well, there's gotta be a little bit of respect, just wants to hurt him, wants to hit him hard, wants to kick him hard. As Seth Rollins punches him in the head. And then look at this, oh, off the top with an elbow. And Chris Jericho rolling out of the way. Rollins now, look at this, oh, with the suicide dive. And that is how you start off our WrestleMania matchup with Seth Rollins and Chris Jericho. And Rollins, look at this, immediately going after the weapons. What does he have in mind? Goes for a table, it looks like he has it. And now Rollins, look at this, oh, punch or hits him in the head with that huge table, potentially, ladies and gentlemen, that he wants to put Chris Jericho through, potentially, I should say. Rollins definitely has the advantage so far in this matchup. However, it looks like I spoke too soon as Seth Rollins, oh, gets face first into the ground. And Rollins takes him down. Oh my, okay. Oh, almost fading through the table there. And Chris Jericho, look at this, reverses again. Right face first once again. Same exact animation by Chris Jericho on Seth Rollins. Oh my god, right to the side. Jesus, right to like the abdomen there. As Rollins gets thrown back into the ring. Seth Rollins, Chris Jericho. It has grown into such a heated feud over the past few weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, ever since Jericho won that title, both of these men, I could say, have definitely proven themselves over the past year as main event stars. Chris Jericho, of course, former WWE champion and current hardcore champion. Seth Rollins, longest reigning hardcore champion in our series. As now, oh, with the knee to the stomach there. And Rollins moves the table to the outside. Seth Rollins, of course, he has a little bit more history in this sort of environment over the past year. However, just in general, like that's over the past year. However, Chris Jericho has more history in this sort of environment throughout his entire career. As Jericho goes up to the top with a senton there. Oh my god, his head almost hitting the groin of Seth Rollins. His arm smacking against that steel chair. Now look at that. Oh my god, the back of his neck smacking against it. Chris Jericho throws the chair to the outside. And it looks like he's going for another weapon, perhaps. What does he have in mind? What is he planning to use on Seth Rollins? It looks like he has that sledgehammer. Oh my god, right to the abdomen. Rollins moves out of the way, though. Goes for the elbow reversed. Ladies and gentlemen, the kick there, however, trying to get some offense in, but Chris Jericho hits him with a big drop kick to the chin. Ladies and gentlemen, Seth Rollins could tap out here. Chris Jericho turning him over, middle of the ring. Seth Rollins trying to get out of it. And he does, ladies and gentlemen, gets out of the walls of Jericho. That could have been the ending here. Okay, Seth Rollins has attacked Chris Jericho numerous amounts of times. You know, building up into this matchup, and this is just going to be the first match. We already have so many weapons going into each other's heads. As now, oh, look at that! Oh, literally into Chris Jericho's head that time. As now, oh, Chris Jericho getting up, however, and Jericho, look at this, going for looks like a powerbomb position. And oh, look at this razor bomb style maneuver. No, he doesn't. The razor's edge, I should say, not razor bomb. What? I have no idea. Anyways, Rollins, look at this, throws him into the corner, turns him around. He has Chris Jericho right where he wants him. And oh god, this is how you do a powerbomb, Chris. Oh my god, right in the corner. Right in the corner. It could be over there, but Seth Rollins looks like he is not done with him quite yet. And now what is he going for here? Chris Jericho getting up. Seth Rollins has a ladder. He has the ladder now. Rollins and Jericho. Look at this. Oh, bounces the ladder off of his face there. Okay, this is the granddaddy of them all. Who is going to leave here now? Your final hardcore champion? I have no idea. But Rollins setting up the table. Going outside, Chris Jericho replacing Seth Rollins on the inside of the ring. And Rollins, look at this, setting up a table. What in the hell does he have in mind? There's now Chris Jericho, look at this, Seth Rollins, oh! Jericho running into the sling blade, it looked like there. As Rollins trying to go after Chris Jericho after takes him down. And Jericho went to go. He looked right at Seth Rollins' eyes as Jericho got punched in the head, or punched in the stomach, I should say. Is now speaking of the head, the pain buster. Connecting there. Shades of what we'll see later on tonight in that 6-man ladder match for to be the last ever Cruiserweight champion. So many last evers in our series. Jericho setting him up, however, Codebreaker on the outside. However, it doesn't help him. This is only an Extreme Rules matchup. Typically, in a hardcore matchup, we have Falls Count Anywhere. However, these two, they want to make sure that they have a definitive winner while beating the shit out of each other. So Jericho and Rollins here tonight decided just to have a look at this. Going for a cover, however, off the Codebreaker, 1, 2, and no, only a 2 count there. And Rollins has Chris Jericho right on the ladder. Not too sure what the hell that's all about. Smacks him in the stomach, however, and oh, that ladder set up in a very, very big predicament. Chris Jericho going for it here tonight. Oh! His legs landing on the ladder. Seth Rollins might be down 1. And no, only a 1 count there. Rollins and Jericho trying to steal the show with all these dangerous maneuvers. And it looks like he's about to... Oh, what the feck? What in the hell just happened? Chris Jericho, Seth Rollins, like... I don't even know what the hell happened. However, Seth Rollins going after Chris Jericho here. And now Rollins, ladies and gentlemen, throws Jericho to the outside. He's staring right in the face of his opponent. Punches him in the head there, probably talking smack before he does so. And now look at this, throws the chair down. He looks like he's about to leave the ring with the steel chair, but Seth Rollins setting the ladder back up. And Chris Jericho is down. Rollins realizes he has an opportunity here, but I don't know what that opportunity is as of yet. And Jericho, look, just takes him down. And these two still back on the outside. The crowd watching on here at Wrestlemania. And at our final pay-per-view. And what a pay-per-view we're going to have. We're going to have 4 matches, not 3 matches, 4 matches. Typically we have on our pay-per-views 3 matches. Or not 4 matches, 4 parts, I should say. Typically we only have 3 parts in our episodes. However, this is going to be 4 huge parts, ladies and gentlemen. And I am quite excited to get to those. However, Chris Jericho gets thrown to the outside once again. And oh god, his head bouncing off of it. Bouncing off the table. And Rollins, look at this, staring right at Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho takes him down, though. Once again. And now, a knee to the stomach there. And then a headbutt there by Jericho. And Jericho, look, just throws him into the steel steps once again. Jericho, look at this, taunting Seth Rollins here. And I'm not too sure what he has in mind. But oh my god, oh, right to the arm there. And Seth and Jericho beating the hell out of each other once again into the steel steps. Who is going to leave here tonight? Your last ever hardcore champion? I have no idea, but Chris Jericho and Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is down. Chris Jericho trying to walk past him. Kicks him in the back, though. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, looks like he's going to go for the Codebreaker once again on the outside. Oh, and it connects there. Jericho, he knows he can't pin. He knows that he can't pin Seth Rollins on the outside. He's just doing it to punish him at this point. And Jericho going after Rollins. Rollins now with 2 Codebreakers under his belt. And look at this. Rollins reversing the DDT, flipping out of it. And Seth grabbing Jericho. What is he doing here? I'm not too sure. He has Jericho in a predicament. However, Jericho, look at this, fighting out of it with the elbows, and he does. And Jericho now going after him once again, throws him back into the ring. And these two now fighting once again inside the ring. Jericho going in. Chris Jericho, look at this, right to the stomach there by Seth. And Seth kicks him in the face, reversed. And now look at this. Going for a big takedown, and he does connect there. Jericho and Seth beating the ever-loving hell out of each other. Goes for the cover there off of 2 code breakers. 1. And no, once again, kicking out of this one. Chris Jericho thinking, what does he have to do in order to defeat Seth Rollins? Even I don't know at this point. Rollins, look at this. Oh, Chris Jericho wants to go flip over Rollins. Rollins moved out of the way. Spider Rollins here tonight. Grabbing the table. Ladies and gentlemen. And now look at this. What does he have in mind? Jericho following him. Seth Rollins setting up the table now. And Chris Jericho tried to slap him while he was slapping the table, or setting up the table. And then look at this, right into the table there. And Rollins, once again, throwing him into the table just over and over again. His abdomen, Chris Jericho's abdomen, must be in serious damage. Throws him across the ring. And Rollins now, he wants Chris Jericho up. What he has in mind, I have no idea. But Seth Rollins, gets thrown into the barricade. There's now a big German suplex, flipping him on his neck. Good Lord, Jericho, look at this. However, gets thrown into those steel steps. This is only the first matchup here at our pay-per-view. And Jericho, look at this, Seth Rollins. He has him up for a powerbomb position. And look at this. Oh, onto the table. The table, however, not breaking. Surprisingly. Okay. A very sturdy table we have here in our universe mode. And Rollins now, look at this, throwing Chris Jericho, into the ring. And Seth now grabbing the table. He's not done with this table. What does he have in mind at this point? I have no earthly idea. And Rollins, look at this, right to the face there, and the ladder just falling due to the power of the Enziguri, I guess. I don't even know at this point. There's now Rollins, look at this, punches him down, and again, and again. As now Seth moving that ladder. I'm not too sure why, though. As now Chris, look at this, gets a kick to the stomach there. Kick to the stomach again, however, and look at this, Seth going for it. Curb stomp face first into the ground. However, it looks like he's not even going for the pin immediately. He's not nearly done with him, I guess. Rollins has the table, trying to set it up. Chris Jericho is down. It looks like he's about to get back up again. And he does. As now Seth setting up the table, and Chris Jericho stops him. And then it went to go for a rolling elbow once again, and this time reversed. And Jericho, look at this, getting picked up into a suplex, and it connects. Connection there with the suplex. These two beating the ever-loving hell out of each other. As Rollins sets up the table, right? And almost trying to break Chris Jericho, I guess. I'm not too sure why, though. As now Rollins setting that ladder up. And look at this. What does he have in mind? I'm not too sure. Moving the ladder to an interesting position in the middle of the ring. Seth Rollins and Chris Jericho, look at this. And oh God, Rollins, look at this. Look at this. But Chris Jericho. Seth Rollins looked to be going for a neck breaker into the table. Rollins gets reversed. Jericho up the top with a moonsault connects. And the ladder falls by the sheer impact. As now Rollins, look at this. Chris Jericho turning him over. Look at this. Seth facing the ladder that might have just cost him the matchup. Seth holding on for dear life, flips out of it. And this matchup somehow continues. Picks up the ladder again and then hits him in the head with it. And Chris Jericho here tonight. Somehow, someway, and look at that, the ladder just falling by that punch. As now Chris waiting for him. Code breaker connects. Falls backward on the ladder. The ladder that might have just cost him this matchup. 1, 2. And he still continues. Oh my God, this match is still going on. Jericho, look at this. He's angry. He's going for another code breaker, it looks like. And look at Seth Rollins move out of the way into a neck breaker onto the ladder. Oh my god, who is leaving here? Your hardcore champion? I have no freaking idea at this point. And Seth Rollins up at the top, climbing to the top now. Chris Jericho getting up, however. And Rollins, look at this. He's up on the ladder. Seth, look at this. Getting back down a little bit. Seth Rollins. Okay, Chris Jericho trying to attack Rollins on the ladder. And look at this. He's just standing over him. As now, oh god, the elbow connects off the ladder there. And now picks up Jericho. And Rollins, even though it didn't work last time, seems to be screaming at Jericho to get back up on that frickin' ladder. However, look at this. He's trying to throw the ladder down. Seth Rollins, okay, look at this. He is angry. He just wants him to join him on the ladder, and it looks like it's not happening. However, look at this. Throws him onto the table. And now Chris Jericho. Okay, Chris Jericho walking up the ladder. And Rollins, look at this. Oh, moves out of the way. And Seth, look at this. Staring right at Chris Jericho, his opponent. And oh, look at this. Rollins kicks him in the stomach. And now, going for it again. The curb stomp connects. And he's still not done somehow. How is Jericho? I don't even know. How is Seth Rollins still not done with Chris Jericho? How is this match still going on? Rollins, you should have just taken the win. If this is all, I don't think this is about the hardcore title anymore. Okay, Chris Jericho not playing Seth Rollins' game, and Rollins is pissed off at Chris Jericho. As Rollins now throws him into the ladder. Rollins staring at him. And now, oh, look at this. Could be going for a buckle bomb once again. Oh my god, into that ladder. The ladder shattering. The ladder just shattering all over the place. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Off the buckle bomb into the table. These two have fought pretty much around that table and around that ladder this entire time. However, here tonight, there you see the first buckle bomb early on in the matchup. And then outside earlier on with that big code breaker. And then, even the game doesn't know what the hell happened there. And then the second code breaker, however, after all those code breakers, Seth Rollins leaves here tonight, your last ever hardcore champion. He brought so much prestige to the belt. But tonight, Seth Rollins brings it home. As we move on to only our second matchup in this huge, amazing WrestleMania card. Well, everybody, after such a long first fight, I'm not even going to call that a match, that was a fight. After that long fight, to begin our show, we move on to the match that I will say I originally had as the first match on our show, but I thought, nah, you know what, let's start off this episode with a huge fight. I can't think of any other words. Brawl doesn't feel like it has as much oomph. Okay? A fight to start off this episode. Okay, I feel like that was a better way to start off WrestleMania than this one. Even though this was going to be the first matchup, like I said. But I changed my mind. Because this, in case you can't tell, is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. Okay, there are 8 separate men in this battle royal. I don't know who's in it, but we're gonna see, because Bobby Roode, first man, make his way to the ring. Okay, former SmackDown GM. I feel like it would be criminal not to have him on this show after the year he's had, even though people keep talking smack about him, because, you know what, he kind of deserves it. He was a terrible general manager. Okay, Bobby Roode, he does deserve a little bit of slack. Okay, he did fight in a few matches. He was World Heavyweight Champion, even though, you know, those World Champ. Let's just say he was prominently featured, even though that was by his own design. Okay, maybe he shouldn't be in this one. However, Bobby Roode makes his way to the ring. Okay, he's the first man in this 8-man battle royal for the Andre the Giant Memorial Trophy. Who is going to be the next one? Ladies, as the crowd watch on here at WrestleMania. Ladies and gentlemen, the next man, Bobby Roode, in the middle of the ring, waiting for him. And it sounds, ladies and gentlemen, like it's gonna be the one, the only, the perfect 10, Ty Dillinger. Okay, the crowd, look at all those people with the 10 hand gesture. Okay, there you see Ty Dillinger making his way to the ring. Okay, everybody seems to be having specialized attire for this as well, which, I mean, it is WrestleMania. If you're gonna come out looking all fancy, why not have it? The numbers don't lie. I didn't even realize that that logo was on the shirt. That's a good shirt. I like that. The numbers don't lie. It's really interesting. Anyways, Ty Dillinger and Bobby Roode. Ty Dillinger from Monday Night Raw. Bobby Roode from Friday Night SmackDown. Of course, former GM of Friday Night SmackDown. Which, that matchup is going to be interesting. See who will be the general manager going into the next series. Daniel Bryan versus Shawn Michaels later to come on our show. However, the next man, another man from Friday Night SmackDown. Now, even though he's always been controversial, he's a pulverizing figure or whatever Michael Cole wants to tell you, whatever. Even though typically people don't necessarily like him that much, he has had an interesting year. Okay, I haven't forced him into the World Heavyweight title or anything because that would be stupid. But, you know, Roman Reigns, he's former Intercontinental Champion. As far as I can tell, if I remember correctly, he looked amazing with that belt. But of course, most people look amazing with the title. But yeah, Roman Reigns making his way to the ring. Andre the Giant Battle Royal looking to earn his shot at earn his spot in the Memorial Battle Royal, you know, history. That's coming up next. Another Monday Night Raw man, another Raw pick. It is someone from Sanity. Not entirely sure who. It could be Killian Dane. Okay, he has a good track record in a Royal Rumble Battle Royal style match. Of course, final man in the Royal Rumble this year, losing to Rusev. However, this man, Eric Young, coming out to the ring, gonna be the man fighting in our Battle Royal. Now, I didn't think about this, but Eric Young looks a little weird without like it being super dark. I never really thought of that. Just like how his entrance is super dark and like now he looks kind of weird. Anyways, whatever. Eric Young from Monday Night Raw. So we got Roman Reigns, Bobby Roode, Eric Young, and Ty Dillinger. Who will be next? And oh, it is the Big Red Machine, a man who's been on a tear this entire series. And oh, hello. Okay, well, typically he'd come out in the other mask, the Kane mask of old and the Kane look of old. However, Kane making his way to the ring with the more modern look to Kane that, you know, personally I've never super loved personally, but you know, Kane coming out to WrestleMania. How else are you gonna show yourself? How else are you gonna make a big entrance by having a specialized attire, even though it's, you know, not super special, sort of, but in this series it's special because it's, you know, it's not the old attire. But okay, Kane making his way to the ring from Monday Night Raw as well. And then, of course, number 6. And I know these entrances are taking quite a while, but, you know, it's fine. It's fine. Whatever. Kane waiting in the ring. The next man. Oh, another man from SmackDown. A man who has some history with Bobby Roode, of course, being one of his good friends on SmackDown. Oh no, this is a Battle Royal. Those seem to kind of diminish quickly. It is the Game Triple H. Triple H making his way to the ring from Friday Night SmackDown. So we got 3 Raw, 3 SmackDown individuals. We got Kane, Eric Young, and Ty Dillinger from Raw. Triple H, Roman Reigns, and Bobby Roode from SmackDown is now making his... Oh, and another man! Currently undrafted, free pick. Maybe he'll be drafted in the next series, depending on if he wins or not in this Battle Royal. It is the world's largest athlete, The Big Show, making his way to the ring. How could you possibly defeat The Big Show? He's like 1 million feet tall and weighs 20 billion pounds, and just, I don't know how you could possibly eliminate The Big Show. He is massive. I don't know. But the next man, number 8 in our 8-man battle royal, Big Show waiting for him. It is, okay, the pimp master of them all. It's the Godfather, making his way down the ring, and oh, he brought some. I didn't even realize these were a thing in the game. Godfather making his return in style with a posse of women coming down. I didn't even realize they were in the game. I swear to God, before this, I have never seen Godfather's entrance in this game. I didn't realize he came down with them. Oh man, look, maybe they'll do something in the match. I have no idea. The crowd chanting for. Oh God, there's so many people. Oh God. Okay, Bobby Roode, Kane fighting. Eric Young, Ty Dillinger, Triple H, and Roman Reigns, of course, having a huge history. Okay, Eric Young about to potentially already be eliminated by Ty Dillinger. Will he be? I don't know. Kane going after the Godfather, ladies and gentlemen. As Triple H going after Roman in the corner. Kane doing the same with Godfather. And now look at this, Ty Dillinger. Oh! Eric Young tried to eliminate him. Ty Dillinger ducked underneath it. Roman Reigns almost getting eliminated by Triple H, however. And Godfather almost getting eliminated by Kane as well. As Bobby Roode going after the Big Show. Typically he's more of a man that tries to. Oh, look at this, Ty Dillinger gets eliminated as the first man eliminated. Sorry, man, I didn't want him to be, but he was. As Bobby Roode, look at this, going after Triple H. Oh my God, every man for himself, I guess. I don't even. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Kane, the Big Show, Godfather, Bobby Roode going after Triple H. I don't even know. Okay, maybe they don't have an alliance anymore now that Bobby Roode's not GM. I'm not too sure. However, the Big Show and Eric Young fighting. Roman Reigns, ladies and gentlemen, looking on. Godfather, Kane fighting. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Show, Eric Young, Bobby Roode, and Triple H. Surprise at this. Oh my God, Eric Young. I just realized with a huge backwards thing on the Big Show. Ladies and gentlemen, trying to, I don't even know, break the ring? Would that count as elimination, going through the ring? I'm not too sure, but the Big Show, look at this, about to get eliminated. And no, pushes Eric Young down. Gonna take a lot more than taking out the big man. As Kane and the Big Show teaming up on Eric Young. Godfather about to get eliminated here, and he does. I guess he has to go home here tonight, Godfather. Oh, it was good to see. However, Godfather, ladies and gentlemen, gets eliminated as Bobby Roode and Roman Reigns fight. Now Triple H trying to roll out of the ring. Eric Young and Kane battling it out in the ring, ladies and gentlemen. Roode and Eric Young teaming up on Kane as Kane has just been eliminated. We are down to Roman Reigns, Bobby Roode, Triple H, and the Big Show here tonight, as Young and Roman fighting. Bobby Roode and Triple H. Those two seem to be going at it, which is surprising. Definitely not the people I thought that would be, definitely fighting each other. I would think more along the lines of they'd be helping each other. However, Triple H trying to eliminate his former boss, his former general manager. Will he do it? Not too sure, but Roman Reigns. And, oh, look at this. Roman Reigns. Oh, my God. Single-handedly. Look at this powerbomb to the outside. Roman Reigns single-handedly. Look at this. And then Bobby Roode goes after him with a huge spine buster. Roman Reigns powerbombing the Big Show. Well, we ask, how do you possibly defeat the Big Show? And apparently Roman Reigns can do it by himself. He doesn't need anybody. As Triple H, spine buster. Oh my God, on to Eric Young. Jesus. As Reigns and Young fighting. Triple H and Bobby Roode fighting. We're down to the final 4 men in this battle royal. In this battle royale. As Roman about to get eliminated, it looks like, by Eric Young. And no, Roman gets out of it. Triple H and Bobby Roode fighting. Bobby Roode gets eliminated. Triple H now going after Eric Young. And Young now, look at this, about to get eliminated. No, he does not. And now picking him up. No, he doesn't. Roman Reigns stops him. Bobby Roode has been eliminated. We're down to Triple H, Eric Young, and Roman Reigns with a pile driver on Eric Young by Triple H. Okay, this is the second match in our long, amazing show on the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. As now Eric Young, right to the groinal area of the game. And Eric Young, he is in the ring with Roman Reigns and Triple H. He is the only man standing. As now kicks him right in the lower spine, it looks like. As Triple H, look at this, about to get eliminated. No, he doesn't. Eric Young picking him up for a back superplex. And look at this, Triple H. Roman Reigns taunting Eric Young, and Eric Young not having it. And now going after the game. Once again, could be going for that huge... Oh no, this time going for a back suplex. Earlier he did sidewalk slam to the Big Show. This time, a back suplex on the game. Okay, the game now, look at this, not looking too great. However, reversing him there, Triple H. Now, look at this back suplex. Connects there on Eric Young, and Young not looking good. Roman Reigns is down. Okay, he's down. Eric Young, look at this, reversing the spine buster there. And now he's staring at Roman Reigns, waiting for him to get up, and then, with an elbow there. I thought he was about to eliminate him. Maybe he tried to, maybe it didn't work. I'm not too sure. Kicks Triple H right in the stomach. Eric Young surprising everybody, at least surprising me right now, being the only man standing. And now he's got his eyes set on Triple H, going after him. However, Roman Reigns picks him up, throws him into the corner. And now right to the stomach. And now trying to eliminate him. Trying to eliminate the leader of Sanity. Will he be able to do it? Triple H, Roman Reigns, and Eric Young. Young, look at this. Surprisingly not eliminated as of yet. He's trying to get out of it. And he does. Punches him in the head. And now the game. Triple H even looks surprised. It's Roman Reigns out of nowhere with a clothesline. Right on the face. And now look at this. An elbow there. Or right to the chest area, I guess you would call it. As now Roman, look at this. Gets thrown over the top rope. And Roman Reigns just jumps right back in. Roman Reigns doesn't give a shit about selling your moves. As now, with an uppercut there to the chin. Okay, what a triple threat sort of scenario we've seen. Is how, wants to go for the Superman punch reverse. And Reigns, look at this. Eric Young connects there with a huge pile driver. That pile driver has put away so many people. And Young now, look at this, throws Roman Reigns. Tries to throw him out of the ring and it doesn't connect. It doesn't work. Triple H and Roman Reigns now fighting here tonight. And Reigns, look at this, gets thrown into the corner. Eric Young with a big clothesline changes his mind. And the game and Roman Reigns fighting. The game now changing his mindset to Eric Young. Eric Young gets bounced off the ropes. And look at this, stops himself from getting hit with whatever maneuver Triple H had in mind. However, Triple H picking him up. Pile driver connects once again. Of course, Eric Young's finishing maneuver. Again, this time busting open Eric Young. Young is down. Triple H and Reigns are fighting here tonight with a big chop to the chest of Roman Reigns by Triple H. And Triple H, once again, just look at this, pounding away at Roman Reigns, trying to just make sure he is weak enough to eliminate in our 8-man Battle Royal, in our Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. As now Reigns, look at this, going for a maneuver. No, reverse there, Triple H with a big punch to the head. And now the punches connect on Roman Reigns as Eric Young is down. Triple H going for a maneuver. Roman Reigns reverses it. Eric Young trying to pick himself back up. And he does. And Reigns now, look at this, gets thrown down. And look at this, Young going for a maneuver and it connects there. Who will possibly win this matchup? I have no idea. But Eric Young, look at this, picking up Roman Reigns again. And now kick to the stomach. And then an elbow or an uppercut style maneuver. But look at this, trying to throw him out. Trying to throw out Roman Reigns, and he does. In the game. And Eric Young, now the final two men. The leader of Sanity and the cerebral assassin. And now look at this, trying to eliminate Triple H, and he does. And Eric Young, the winner of our Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal here at WrestleMania. Surprising the world. Oh my god, what a spinebuster that was. He carried him by his leg alone. Reversal of the spinebuster there. Eric Young, look at this, surprising everybody. the pile driver, and Eric Young, the leader of Sanity. Your winner here tonight in our Battle Royal at Wrestlemania. In our second matchup, there you see him, Eric Young. Okay, he's probably just happy he got on the WrestleMania card, let alone win this huge Battle Royal as we move on to the final match of our first part. Well, everybody, this is the final matchup of our WWE 2K18 WrestleMania pay-per-view Part 1. Okay, because there's going to be 4 separate parts, each of them having 3 separate matches. So, you know, there's this one, and then probably later today it's going to be the second part, and then the third part and fourth part, I should say, tomorrow. However, Randy Orton making his way to the ring, he is going to go one-on-one with a man who he has a big problem with because he feels Randy Orton like he has been overseen throughout this series, and I will admit he hasn't necessarily been prominently featured. However, here's my counter argument: he is a former hardcore champion, so you know, and that was like way in the beginning of the series. Randy Orton was a former hardcore champion, but he still feels like he's been overshadowed by people like his opponent here tonight, Rob Van Dam, he has been trying to make his life a living hell just to get a matchup against Rob Van Dam, and he got it. He got a matchup against Rob Van Dam. Van Dam, however, beat him in that matchup over on Monday Night Raw. But then a few weeks later, Rob Van Dam was supposed to have another matchup against Ty Dillinger, because, you know, it was supposed to be a little bit of a build-up towards the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, which we just saw, because Van Dam was originally in that Battle Royal. But Randy Orton decided to take matters again into his own hands and attack Van Dam backstage, you know, just last week. So Van Dam might not be 100% going into this, and I don't think Randy Orton gives a shit. So Randy Orton to be taking on Rob Van Dam. Let's get into it. Van Dam, Randy Orton, look at this, immediately going for a clothesline. Randy Orton gets reversed, and Van Dam, look at that. A nice bridge there, shooting his penis into the sky. That's Van Dam. Oh, with a big knee to the face. And now Randy Orton, look at this, getting some offense in on this one. On Rob Van Dam, punches him in the head, bounces him off the ropes, ducks underneath, and then, oh, into a back elbow there. Very slow animation that was, I will say. And Randy Orton just stomping him, waiting for Van Dam to get up. Randy Orton doesn't even care. It's now, oh, with an elbow reversed. Wants to go for the elbow. Randy Orton gets reversed, gets a big kick to the face by Van Dam. Van Dam, of course, his strongest attribute, his kicks. Okay, he's more of a kickboxer style kind of wrestler. But Randy Orton, he's much more striking. He's much more devastating. He likes to wait. He likes to be calculative. He likes to be cold in his maneuvers, because every one of his maneuvers he tries to make, you know, he tries to slow down his opponents. People like Rob Van Dam, who Randy Orton blames for him being lower on the totem pole. Okay, a lot of these fast, young individuals like Seth Rollins, Chris Jericho. Well, I wouldn't say Chris Jericho is young, nor would I say Rob Van Dam is necessarily young, but all these fast individuals like Van Dam, Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, etc., etc., etc. Randy Orton feels like he's been overseen by he's been overshadowed by these people. And Randy Orton, he's had enough of it, and now he's taking it out on Rob Van Dam. Randy Orton is here at our pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen, here at WrestleMania. In this matchup, this final matchup of our first part, as now look at this, and the uppercut there connects, and Van Dam, there you see Randy Orton, look at this, just taunting him, absolutely taunting him. And now look at this, just pointing at Rob Van Dam. Could be setting up for a jumping maneuver. Look at this, Randy Orton, however, just look at this, just doesn't even care. Look at this, proving his point with a simple kind of maneuver, a technical kind of maneuver with that Russian leg sweep instead of jumping off the middle rope. As Van Dam gets throws down Randy Orton. And Orton now, ladies and gentlemen, look at this, reversing that into a back DDT. A backwards DDT there. Van Dam getting up and Randy Orton staring right at him. Waiting for him. Very slowly, very menacingly, I will say. As now look at this. Rob Van Dam. There you see. Now going up top. Van Dam waiting for him as now, oh my god, flipped right on the back. Randy Orton was trying to get up and Rob Van Dam almost looking like he almost took himself out there. As Van Dam picking Randy Orton up. Randy Orton gets thrown into the corner. And now, oh, look at this, reverses him there. And then another reversal there by Randy. And Van Dam, oh, with a big kick to the face. And Orton, look at this, reverses him with an uppercut there. Almost hitting the referee. Which is very uncalled for in these sort of environments. As now, look at this, Randy Orton and Van Dam. Van Dam, however, of course, not afraid of the outside. Former hardcore champion in his own right. Randy Orton now, look at this, oh, with a big leg drop by Rob Van Dam onto Randy Orton. Onto the Viper. As now Randy, look at that, reverses that there. And now throws him as hard as he can into that barricade. And Randy now, Van Dam having control, setting Randy up. I'm not too sure what though. And throws him into that steel post there. And then bounces his head off of it. The count is 7 by the ref. And Van Dam now throws Randy Orton back into the ring, and this match is continuing. As now right to the back, he kicks him there, turns him over, and Van Dam goes to the top. Could be going for a 5-star. Randy Orton, look at this, just rolls out of it. Just rolls out of the ring. Slow and methodical, or slow and, not methodical, but slow and maniacal. As now Randy Orton moving away from Van Dam. Okay, trying to calculate his maneuvers, trying to think of what the best idea is. As now Van Dam, look at this. Randy Orton gets punches him in the face, and now turns it into this DDT. Connects there with the DDT by Randy Orton on Rob Van Dam. And Van Dam, now look at this. Randy Orton waiting for Van Dam to get, could be going for that RKO. And Van Dam, look at this. Oh, went to go for a clothesline. Instead, Randy Orton reversed or changed his mind. And now Van Dam gets kicked in the stomach, and then into an RKO out of nowhere. Van Dam getting tricked by Randy Orton. 1, 2, and only a 2 count there. And Van Dam, look at this. Randy Orton can't believe it. Taunting to the crowd. I think the referee just told him that it was a 2 count, not a 3 count. And Randy Orton can't believe it. Now look at this. So trying to intimidate the referee. Maybe not the smartest idea. He is the man calling the matchup after all. Now going after Rob Van Dam with a big backwards suplex. And Van Dam down. Randy Orton, ladies and gentlemen, has him in his sights. And now look at this, just taunting Van Dam, and then changes his mind. Oh my god. Randy Orton denying these fans any of these high-flying-esque maneuvers that he has grown to dislike. As Randy Orton now, Van Dam, look at this. Gets punched in the head by Randy. And Randy Orton, look at this, bounces him off the ropes. Van Dam stops himself, however, and look at this, turns it into a clothesline, and he does. And now another one. Ducks underneath that one into a super kick there. Beautiful super kick by Rob Van Dam. Van Dam, however, throws him into the corner now. And now looks to be setting him up for some sort of maneuver, not too sure. Almost a world's strongest slam there, okay. As Van Dam, look at this. Oh, connects there. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. No, only a 2 count there by Van Dam on Randy Orton. And Rob Van Dam going up top. 5-star frog splash connects on Randy Orton. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. And Rob Van Dam defeating Randy Orton. Decisively defeating Randy Orton. Randy Orton, ladies and gentlemen, in his last shot potentially at defeating Rob Van Dam, at proving himself. Van Dam there, you see, bam, and then just the 1-2 combination of these high-flying maneuvers, specifically high-flying maneuvers, showing that even if they're entertaining and fun to watch, they can still be hard-hitting. As Van Dam defeats Randy Orton, as we move on, ladies and gentlemen, to our next part of our pay-per-view, the second part that will be uploaded later today, potentially, because that's going to be the end of this video here on our WWE 2K18 Universe Mode, episode 130 of Wrestlemania Part 1. If you guys like to, please let me know by hitting the like button down below. Comment anything you want to comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have, why not hit the bell to be notified of everything we do here on the Bad Wrestling channel. I am, of course, Dominic, and have a good day from Bad Wrestling. Bye-bye. Yo.